Interesting. What are those? Oh look, he's hiding just like we did. He's wearing white jeans though, brother. Come on. You know they say you're not supposed to wear white after Labor Day? But really every other day besides Labor Day is after Labor Day.
Don't know who you are, man, but I owe you one.
Excuse me, I love contractors, they're good. That's it? That's the end of our conversation? It was. Well then. 49%. Well, you know, it's almost a D-.
3 days after the bank raid, I got a call from Robert. He wanted to meet at a secluded spot on the Vallée de Joux road.
So we could
Somehow,
fuck.
I knew it wasn't going to be good news. My God, you look like you've seen a ghost.
The data
Look
you
at
got
these
from
guys.
The bank, well, it helped me fill in the gaps. I now know exactly what we're dealing with.
Remember when shit
Red
wasn't in the
Murcury.
cloud, so you had to go and get it?
To mean something to me?
The Red Murcury program
Wow, this is
was
dubbed
initiated
real
by the
bad.
Soviets during the Cold War. Its
The
goal was to
Red
develop a
Murcury.
hyper-explosive.
So,
A
somebody made
hyper
some-
explosive. Just call it a big bomb. High tech TNT.
But it is, John. You see, Red Murcury, if completed, will result in nuclear weapons the size of
Look at
baseballs.
his face.
You've got to be kidding me.
The
Size
Soviet research program ran for 3 years before Glasnost put a stop to it. But they were well on their way to succeeding.
Soviets were done by 2002, bruv.
Yes, with the help of an ex-Soviet general by the name of Emil Malik.
That's the best Soviet name you could come up with, guys. Come on.
Dr. Petrov was a pioneer of the Red Murcury program, but he left the project during its early years for undisclosed reasons. However, he will have unique and valuable insights into the personnel and materials the SRF will need to acquire. I've set up a meet at the offices of the metallurgical company he now works for in Germany. Find out what he knows, and bring him in for protective custody.
Oh, come on.
I'm sorry,
I just
sir,
came
I'm
in the
building
front.
security. We have a fire alert. It's probably a false alarm, but as a precaution, we have to clear the
Okay.
building.
My friend's probably outside already.
This is... I don't believe that this is how this
It
works.
could just be a fire alarm. But something about the security guys just doesn't seem right.
Why didn't I come in through the roof? Like a true soldier man. What am I doing? We didn't have iPhones back in, so what back in Petrov. This is the John
Carter. No time to
Carter.
explain. There are men searching the building for you. You need to hide.
Hide?
Yes, now, or they'll kill you. Head up to the 5th floor.
Oh no, goons. Now wait for it. Wait for it. Yeah! Loading screen! The screen is still better than the blue screen in Crisis Core. Dr. Petrov was the pioneer of the Red Murcury program, who defected to the West. He will have unique insights into the personnel and materials the terrorizers will need to acquire. I've set up a meeting with him in Dusseldorf. We need you to bring him in for protective custody. Is this really my job as a Delta man? Fuck you, I'm trying to read this shit. Red Murcury during the Cold War. Remember the Cold War? Remember when we weren't at war with Russia? Dane, we're not at war with Russia now. Well, here's the thing. You know how the pandemic was a pandemic before the fucking World Health Organization said, hey, this is a pandemic? The same thing. Shh. The project was initiated by the Soviets to develop a hyper-explosive known as Red Murcury. I want to know how you say Red Murcury in Russian. Alexa, how do you say Red Murcury in Russian? Krasny something, right?
Okay, but which language do you want me to translate to?
Russian.
Red Murcury in Russian cost me something right. In Russian is...
Брат Меркурий по-русски обошелся мне в чем-то правильно.
She translated the whole thing when I was like, Krasny something, right? Alexa, what is red mercury in Russian?
Red Mercury in Russian is
Krasner Tut.
Krasnaya tut? Okay. Krasny something. Anyway. Krasnaya, krasny, red, beautiful. Powerful enough that when detonated around a small quantity of tritium, it would trigger a fusion reaction and allow the creation of baseball-sized nuclear weapons. I do believe, and I don't know, that's the use of the word believe, the smallest nuke was like the size of a big-ass watermelon, so I guess that's a good thing. As far as product innovation gets, fortunately, before the research was completed, the political changes of Glasnost, what's that, resulted in the project being abandoned. Now it seems a group of hardline fanatics calling themselves the Soviet Revolutionary Front. That's not what they're calling themselves. The Soviet bloc was already... Hang on. Alexa, Alexa, when did the Soviet Union disband? She's not fucking listening to me. Alexa, when did the Soviet Union disband?
from History.com. The Soviet Union ceased to exist on December 31st, 1991.
1991? Really? Oh, okay. Wow. Interesting. Hang on. Alexa, when was Vladimir Putin born?
Vladimir Putin was born on October 7th, 1952.
1952. 1991. So he was what, in his mid-30s? And then... Never mind. Now it seems a group of hardline fanatics... I read this already by ex-Soviet General Emil Malik. I want to call him Malakovich. Are hell-bent on resurrecting Red Mercury, Krasny something, and using the threat of its dissemination to terrorize our groups worldwide to blackmail us into agreeing to their demands for power. Alright, well, I guess that's my job now. All I've got is a semi. How am I in the position again? So what's my plan? Just shoot these fuckers? Fine, I'll do it. I'm gonna need one of your guys' riffles, though. I love GTA. I want to be on my belly like a toad. But the game won't tell me how to do that. I don't know why, either. Wait, did I get into here? Where? Where? Oh, fucking right behind me. Get the fuck off me. I'm losing blood, though. The kiss of death. I'm over it. These old, poorly balanced games are not going to hold me back from completing them. Because fuck you, infinite mode. I don't... Yeah, watch. Check it out. Yeah, how's that feel? I'm tired of dealing with this game and its lack of med packs. So let's kill these fuckers and enjoy ourselves a little bit. We'll just hang out. Get fucked. I'll take my time killing you creatively by sneaking up on you on the floor like this. What are you gonna do about this? What are you gonna do about it? Get fucked. Guess I could use a different gun. Oh, do you need my... How was I ever gonna live through this? How is that gonna happen, guys? Oh my gosh, old games are rough, right? They're like, nah, figure it out, son. Do it over and over and over again, which I guess is fine, but like, I got shit to do, like other games. But anyway, alright, maybe I'm going over here. I don't know how to stand up, so we're just gonna have to deal with it. I was criticizing Ukraine, right? Or that's what you heard. That doesn't mean that's what I was doing. I get in a lot of shit whenever... So here's the thing. Online, if you are Canadian and you question the Ukraine thing with Russia, you are a traitor, basically. And what's fun about that is that the people that get mad at you don't speak English super good. I have questions about that. Oh, now, I understand why, as Canada, we have to be like, well, obviously, my Ukraine, because we were the first ones to acknowledge my Ukraines back in the early 90s. So it's kind of our fault, in a way. Like, whoever's going to be the first one to really wait, somebody has already recognized Taiwan, right? Same sort of thing. So if we were to backtrack now, like, bro, ain't my problem. I guess that looks bad on us, right? Also, we have an ass load of fucking Canadians that were Ukrainians that are descended from, and we do that weird shit here in the West. I know it's not just Canada, where instead of just being like, bro, I'm Canadian, you're like, whatever you think your bloodline is, even though you have nothing to do with where you're from. Like, in my situation, I am one of those... What? How did I fail? Because you were bitching, Dane. Even the game doesn't like when I criticize Ukraine, but I'm fucking doing it anyway, because anything they tell you not to criticize that. Anyway, now that I'm digging myself into a hole, because I'm speaking the bad speak, let me be clear, I am not pro-Ruskaya. Russia, not at all. But Dane, why'd you take Russian language lessons instead of Ukrainian? If you are, in fact, a Canadian, Ukrainian, whatever. Yeah, I'm also like half Polish almost. I didn't bother learning that shit neither. What's more useful? If they don't speak it at like the UN and shit, I'm not really that fucking interested. Alright? I took the one that I was most likely to find a teacher for. And my teacher wasn't even Russian. She was... I want to say Kazakhstan, but that's... Turkmenistan! There we go. She was Turkmen. And which one is more likely to fucking make you money later, right? That's why I did that. But... I am not that. I can't believe I fucking say that. Anyway. I get in trouble for this all the time, which is why I keep doing it, because if people were like, oh, I can see why you might have, concerns or questions about that, I probably would have left it alone. But when their reaction is just, you're not a real Canadian, you don't deserve to have the flag, blah, 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 and I'm like, what? Also, whose taxes do you think are paying for your new war toys? Mine! Come on, man! Like, ugh, whatever. Anyway. I'm not 100% sure that it's actual ukes that are ripping on me. But, like, who else would give a shit if I was asking a few questions? Like, why does this matter? Did we actually do what Russia says we did? I don't know. It's impossible to have been brought up in the West with the 80s action movies where Russia was always the bad guy, to not be like, yeah, they probably still are, right? So, why are you assuming that I'm anti your side? Maybe I just would like to ask a few fucking questions. No, you cannot do that. No questions for you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Even the Catholic Church lets me... Oh, do I have to protect this guy? Is that what it is? Let's kill him and find out. I killed a civilian. Okay, that's what it is. Try this again. It's cheating to ask questions. Yeah, no, whatever. Dane, you were ranting about questions in Ukraine. Yeah, I just want to know a few things, that's all. Because if I go and I read news out of Russia, I know what you're going to say. It's propaganda, Dane. It's propaganda, Dane. You do know that North America, Canada, US, we have used, really, dude, pro-war propaganda ourselves since basically the inception of our countries, right? So why would I assume that just this once what I read on fucking, I was going to say CIBC, but that's a bank. What am I trying to say? CBC isn't to some degree propaganda, right? Why am I just like we have the cheat sheet, dude. And like I said, I remember Afghanistan and all that and all the bullshit they told us then too. So why would I believe you this time? I'm not saying that the other side by default is cool. I'm just saying I don't believe you. And I have questions. Dane, why does it matter? Just work and make more tax money to pay for it. Okay. I don't really have a choice about that anyway. But come on, man. What are we doing? I don't get it. Do I need to get it? No, because at the end of the day, I'm a serf, and my job is just to till the field. And that's fine. But, man, if I get fucking nuked because of this bullshit, I'm gonna be upset about it. Just saying. Dane, what have you been doing? Like, playing a lot of Fallout, because that makes it look fun at least. But I think I've told this before. I think I've told this story before. Maybe, or maybe I did and I ditched the recording because I chickened out. Possibly, because, you know, you just keep going, dude. Just, you know, the thought police, right? Oh, you conspiracy theorist, Dane. No, but you can't tell me that every time I ask a question I get fucking landslided for it. Not by giving me an answer, by the way. Just by telling me, how dare you ask. That's different than just answering someone aggressively and being like, you fucking moron, this is obvious, why don't you get it? Going, how dare you ask, is not the same as pointing out an answer. I may have taken some edibles. So why are you angry? I am right now. It's okay. Don't worry about it. At the end of the day, I don't really want anyone to go to war. I think that's bullshit. But, wait, what was I saying? I don't remember. It doesn't matter. How am I gonna not kill this civilian? Can you just stay in here, sir? The crazy music has stopped. What's this? No? Oh. Well, oh, there's more than one of you. Okay, so is it just civvies left? Look at this. I'm like a hero. Like, do you remember when this war started? And I don't know if anybody did this in the US, but in Canada, like, retired vets and shit, like our soldiers, who weren't soldiers anymore, I guess, they would volunteer to go over there. Like, why? Like, I can only believe that that's the same sort of mindset that some of us fell into, a lot of us fell into, when CNN had the "what code are we in today" bar on the side of the screen, going like, Osama's gonna get you, he's gonna get you. And if you don't believe me because you've either fucking forgotten or you're too young, that was a fucking thing. Every day it was like, well, we're code orange today, now we're code red, weapons of mass destruction. And so of course we were like, fuck, we need to blow those fuckers away, because you're terrified, right? Like, the same sort of hysteria, right? Maybe has you going, I was brought up on Cold War films in the West, so as soon as the Russians actually live up to their fucking rep that I was taught that they had, I should go stop that shit. Because if we don't, the Red Murcury is gonna happen, right? I can't be completely and totally off what's going on here. I'm not saying we shouldn't do something. I'm just saying I don't like doing something when I can't get an answer for it, or there isn't a good enough reason. People are dying! How dare you! I'm not talking about that. What are you talking about? I don't know. It's impossible to actually have this little conversation with anybody. Because even if they're kind of like sympathetic to you asking the questions about it, they might be more like, fuck yeah, fuck that, fuck Ukraine, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, I wasn't going for that either, brother. I'm just saying, I'd like, how much of this is weapons of mass destruction? Level bullshit. Right? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't matter. I think we're already at war. Because how can we not be? How can my country have given the Ukraine, I think, $5 billion now? $5 billion to fight their war. Like, how is that different than having boots on the ground? Like, we sent the guns, but not the dudes to hold them. Like, I don't really get what the difference is. Again, asking questions. If you happen to know, I would love to understand. Because, I like, again, it was a pandemic before WHO said, you know what, we've decided to declare it a pandemic. So, it's kind of bullshit. Oh, I remember what I was saying. I was like, I've told this story before, I think.